Hello everyone, and welcome to the latest episode of Book Time with Elvis with me, Mark. I just thought I'd come to you today, with a small video telling you what I'm reading, as well as about a nice parcel I received in the post this morning. So let's start off a little bit with the books I'm currently reading, and it has some bearing on the hashtag Reading Europe 2021 challenge that I've been doing. The team I was originally drawn was Germany, and they lost to England for the first time in a knockout round of a major competition since 1966. So of course there's a big thing there. I mean, I suppose in one sense, no, that's nonsense. Not in one sense at all. I'm very happy England won. Although my team for the competition was Germany, I now move on to England, and it works out very well because it's the 1st of July and it starts Jane Austen July, which I've decided to take part in. And the first book for that I'm reading is Northanger Abbey, and I'm not too far into it, maybe about 50 pages or so, and so far I'm really enjoying it. It's my first taste of Jane Austen. I've never read any Jane Austen before, and so I don't know. I'm liking it so far. It's quite funny, and she's got quite a good sense of humour, which I appreciate. So works for Jane Austen July, and it also works well for me having England as my team. Hopefully throughout the rest of the competition, but of course there is a possibility that they might lose their next game, which will be against Ukraine, and then I'll have to find something from Ukraine to read. Another book I'm reading by an English author I chose because it's quite short and I've been wanting to read it, is this, The Ascent of Rumdoodle by W.E. Bowman. And also, this is very funny. I mean, it says it is a comic classic, I suppose, but it is, and I'm really enjoying it. It's all kind of a Mickey take, really, of an expedition to climb the world's highest mountain, which is like extremely high. I can't remember how tall it is meant to be in this, but we're talking like maybe like 100,000 feet or something crazy. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, it's described as an outrageously funny spoof about the ascent of a 40,500 foot peak, and it follows the story of Binder and a team of 7 British men, including Dr. Prone, who's constantly ill, Jungle the route finder, who's constantly lost, Constant the diplomat, who's constantly arguing, and 3,000 Yogistan porters who go out with these guys to conquer the peak. Though actually, the bit I've read, they've got 30,000 porters because there was some misunderstanding, because apparently the word for 3 and the word for 30 is the same, just barring some kind of guttural intonation at the end, which the organizer was unable to convey via telegram, so he's ended up with 30,000 porters at the moment. But it's very good, and I really look forward to reading more of it. One English book I did finish, and I don't know if it really counts because it's really short, but it was really nice. And it's an author I've been wanting to read for a while. His books have always looked quite intriguing to me. And this is Robert Macfarlane, and it's his book called The Gifts of Reading. And this is really more like, I suppose, an essay, an extended essay. And it's all about the joys of giving books as gifts and getting books as gifts. And he recollects his time teaching in China when this older American man used to give him books all the time. And when he visited him while he was studying for his doctorate at Cambridge, he gave him Patrick Leigh Fermer's Time for Gifts. Is that the right title? I should know. I have actually read it, which is the first in a 3-part series about Leigh Fermer's walk from the Hook of Holland to Constantinople or Istanbul on the eve of the Second World War. I think it's around 1938 or something like that. And he just, he intersperses this essay with just personal memories of gifts given to people, books that he's given to people, as well as books he's received. And it was really nice. So I quite enjoyed that one. Anyway, moving on to the package I received in the mail, or the parcel rather. No big surprises there. I sent it to myself as a kind of early birthday present, or actually a birthday present to myself. So, why not? Why not treat yourself? School year's finished, birthday's coming up, so I thought, yeah, go on, Mark, buy a couple of books. So I did. And the first one I bought is Dancing Lessons for the Advanced in Age, which is a tiny book by Bohumil Hrabal, who is a famous Czech writer who's written Closely Observed Trains and I Serve the King of England, and I like him, so I wanted to read this, and I haven't read it yet, but probably I will read it soon because it won't take very long, and even the way it's printed is really, not so. Won't take too long to read, and I think it will be very funny. If you want to know a little bit about the blurb on the back, it says, "This ebullient, galvanating novel encapsulates the world vision of the Czech Republic's best-loved author in one tumbling, breathtaking sentence. Saints and sinners, emperors and embezzlers, barmaids and balalaikas all play their part in the bawdy reminiscences of Rabal's cobbler as he charms an audience of young beauties." So already sounds very Czech and very interesting and funny to me. So I'm really looking forward to that one as well. The next one I got is an author I'm new to, but I've seen him around BookTube. And this is Philip Roth. And I came across this while I was just browsing on the online bookshop. I Married a Communist, and it looked really interesting, so I thought I would give it a go. Those of you who don't know it, it follows the story of a man called Ringgold, who transforms himself from a ditch digger in 1930s New Jersey to a radio host in the 1940s. He ends up marrying a very famous film star of the time, and it says on the back here, their glamorous honeymoon is short-lived, however, and it is the publication of his wife's scandalous best-selling expose that identifies him as an American taking his orders from Moscow. In this story of cruelty, betrayal, and revenge, friends become deadly enemies, parents and children estranged, lovers blacklisted, and the great felled from vertiginous heights. So, yeah, looks interesting. To my shame, I've lived here in the Czech Republic for almost 9 years, and I've never read Kafka. So I thought I would remedy that, and I got hold of the complete stories. Vintage Kafka there, Franz Kafka, the complete stories. And so probably nothing needs to be said about that, but I would like to give them a go. And, the Czechs are still in the football competition in the same path as England. So if England beat Ukraine and Czech Republic beat Denmark, they could well meet each other, and therefore having some extra Czech books to read might come in handy. Though, I kind of hope. I don't know. We'll see. What will be, as they say. And then I've got 2 non-fictions. One of them is this one, which I thought looked really interesting, and it's called The Orientalist by Tom Rice. And it's the story of Lev Nusimbaum, who wrote the famous Azerbaijani classic Ali and Nino, but apparently his life is really fascinating, and he was a Jew, and he masqueraded or pretended, he had 2 other identities, both of whom were kind of Arabian or Muslim princes, and this kind of deceit or masquerade really saves his life because he is living in Nazi Germany, and it protects him because, of course, they don't know he's Jewish. On the back here it says, Tom Rice's panoramic bestseller traces the true story of a Jew who transformed himself into a Muslim prince in Nazi Germany. Lev Nussbaum escaped the Russian Revolution in a camel caravan, and as Esad Bey and Kurban Said became a celebrated adventurer and author of the enduring novel Ali and Nino, but his success shielded a fatal secret. Reis pursued Nussbaum's path around the world from Azerbaijan to Berlin to Hollywood, and found himself caught up in encounters as dramatic and surreal and sometimes as heartbreaking as his subject's life. So this looks really good, and I'm thoroughly looking forward to that one. And the last one's quite a big book, actually, though I'm not surprised. Also non-fiction, and it's this one here called The Kremlin Letters. The Kremlin Letters, and it's Stalin's wartime correspondences with Roosevelt and Churchill. So a lot of letters there. Apparently it's expertly edited and weaved together to make it a good story. It's from Yale University Press, and of course all the stuff on the back gives it great reviews. And yeah, I'm probably pretty sure a few of you out there have read it. I haven't seen it around though, but I know there's a few history buffs among you who very likely have read it. So I would look forward to this one as well, though I think it's one probably you dip in and out of rather than read straight off. So right, that's that. One last thing I'd like to mention is I use this bookshop, online bookshop here in the Czech Republic that I recently came to, called Mega Knihy, or Mega Books, and they're really good. You know, I have to say they're very good. I have the books sent to the post office, which is right next to where I live, so it's easy to pick them up. They always send some small discount, so on your next order when you do it. And one of the lovely things they send with each order are bookmarks. And I have to say these are lovely things. I don't know if you can see there what they are. They just send these, you know, for free. I don't know if that one's upside down or not. Yes, it is upside down. It's some whales, elephants, you know, all sorts of things. Sometimes these quirky, artistic ones, you know, painted on. But they're very nice, I have to say. Nice thing to have, especially for nothing. And, you know, I can obviously give them out to people as well, maybe at school and things, if kids are reading things. So it's a really nice thing to have. So it's been a bit longer than I wanted this video. I've been rambling as usual, but I will have to be back, I suppose. Well, the next games kick off tomorrow, so I will make a roundup of that. I'm trying to piece together what everybody's read so far for the Reading Europe 2021 challenge, and it'll be very interesting. I'll make it available online for everybody to look at, because anybody might be interested in some of the recommendations of our fantastic participants. So for now, I wish you all well, and I will see you all very soon. Take care. Bye bye.